Destiny 2 Season of the Drifter, Joker's Wild, Gambit Prime, The Reckoning, and everything you need. Bungie finally raised the curtain on Destiny 2 Season of the Drifter and its Joker's Wild DLC, included with the $35/pound30 annual pass in a VI doc detailing all the new guns and game modes coming this spring. The studio also. First, a quick refresher: Destiny 2 is split into seasons, with each season lasting several months. New seasons are Joker's Wild, meanwhile, is a proper paid DLC, the second DLC in the 3-part annual pass, to be precise. As was the case with Gambit Prime, is the new. The biggest difference between Gambit and Gambit Prime seems to be the clearly defined roles of the latter. By equipping on top of role-defining armor sets, Gambit Prime will introduce a new suite of weapons to chase. We've already seen Gambit Prime isn't the only new activity coming in Joker's Wild. By completing once you complete Gambit Prime and unlock the Reckoning, you'll be able to play queue-up either mode independently. You won't have to Bungie of the exotic hand cannon Thorn alongside the release of its counterpart, The Last Word, and now we finally have a date for its exotic quest. Thorn will unlock on March 12th. That's pretty much all. Incidentally, Thorn's exotic quest will be released alongside a new allegiance. The Drifter is the focus of Joker's Wild, but so is his relationship with the Nine. So as you can imagine, to ensure annual pass owners are ready to play the new content in Joker's Wild, Bungie will offer a set of Power Surge bounties which reward a set of blue grade 640 power gear. These will be available. With all that out of the way, let's look at some of the new content coming in the Season of the Drifter itself. All of this stuff will. Each stage of Destiny 2's annual pass ups the power level cap by 50, meaning the Season of the Drifter will push it to a clean 700 and the newly named Season of Opulence will bump it to 750. This will also everyone will get access to regular Gambit private matches on March 5th, though it seems the new maps will only be available through normal matchmaking and not private matches, at least initially. On top of Thorn's exotic quest and the Vanguard Allegiance quest, all players will get access to an as yet unnamed exotic quest sometime in April. Apart from Thorn, a new season means new seasonal weapons, and the Pinnacle Crucible, Vanguard, and Gambit guns are getting a refresh. In the season of the tail end of the Season of the Drifter will be supported by 3 events, and 2 of them are totally new: the Revelry, which sounds a lot like the Dawning, and Arc Week, which will presumably buff the damage or cooldown of arc weapons and abilities. Oh, and Iron. If you are still missing some of the many cool exotics from Destiny 2 Forsaken, Sir's got good news for you: he's adding Forsaken exotics to his inventory on March 5th. His selection will. If you've ever felt like your fashion choices are limited by the base stats on your armor, Bungie's got good news for you. Starting in the Season of the Drifter, armor will feature random stat rolls, meaning armor which was previously spec'd for resilience will have the option to roll with recovery or agility. This is a nice Get the best gaming deals, reviews, product advice, competitions, unmissable gaming news and more. GamesRadar Plus is part of Future plc, an international media group and leading digital publisher.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.